Okay, recording this video after close of trade Wednesday, 6th of June 2012. We got contract rollover happening at the moment, so all my continuous contract charts are kind of being updated and rolling over. Takes a little bit of time. Plus, got a whole bunch of emails over the last couple of days, so I'm kind of overwhelmed by those. And we got a monster swell in town, so rushing to pull on my suit, get out there. So let's talk about Wednesday. Big day, monster kind of up day, 1309. The Emini closed. This is continuous contract Emini, so this is kind of rolling over to the next month. About 2 million contracts traded. And I thought, we'd have a pullback to end of trend kind of sequence on the 45-minute chart that would kind of pull us back down. And usually the pullback level happens somewhere between the breakdown support level and, as where we've got to in terms of this retrace. But no, we kind of pushed on through. The market was so strong, we kind of pushed on through there. So, we've come up to a resistance level on the 45-minute chart, but it's not a classic kind of pullback to end of trend sequence. So we'll have to wait and see on this one. In terms of the daily charts on the indices, the Dow, we had a little bit of a bullish pattern kind of come in, and that's why we've had a little bit of a kick back up. S&P though, it was a first bullish divergence after exhaustion, selling down here. You can see all the blue professional bars kind of coming in here, then testing down here. The bullish divergence kind of comes in and we rocket up from there. No volume patterns on the Russell index because there's no volume data, but the Nasdaq, same kind of thing, pushed down a little bit further in terms of kind of getting people excited that downtrend was going, and then bullish divergence comes in, we rocket back up. So, a little bit of strength there. I still think we're in a downtrend, but we've got to play this thing out until we kind of roll over. And in terms of trend line charts, we kind of poked above this trend line. This is a pretty steep kind of down trend line, so I'm not sure there's anything to be said here in terms of we are around this kind of apex level though, so we could run for a couple of days I suppose. But yesterday the trend oscillators took profits, very happy with this. So this was this whole cluster of sell signals that's kind of just been building up after this last move, and that means we're at new equity highs for the trend systems here. That's what these little green dots on top of the equity chart look like. So this drawdown period has been pretty lengthy. I think we're in the 7 or 8 months, so I'll have to look back and see the stats kind of specifically. But this thing was released, the trend system were released kind of back here, so it's nice to see it kind of making new equity highs. And the reason for that is it's really unoptimized tight precipitants, very, very basic kind of patterns being played out on the trend oscillator here. So the reason why I think this has been successful kind of going, I've built systems in the past that have fallen apart within months, and the reason for that is they were just over optimized, and this is very basic in terms of the signaling. So that's nice to see. That kind of shows that there's good kind of basic logic in the systems here. But in terms of these average trade size, just watch out for this. We had all this topping out pattern here, all these blue professional bars. This isn't Better Pro-Am. This is another kind of algorithm for calculating average trade size. But I use the same coloring as Better Pro-Am, so you can see these highs being made with blue professional bars. I mean, we had blue professional bars kind of really. When you look at this, these were kind of professionals kind of buying into this kind of breakout move, and then they finally kind of take profits up here. In the last kind of sequence all the way down, we've had amateur up bar sequences here into this little retraces that show the amateurs are getting in too early, and then this last one just blue professional bar here. So just watch out. It's kind of at a pretty steep kind of declining trend line type pattern here. So I don't think necessarily this is the professionals kind of getting on board this move because we've got the beginning of a new bull market kind of going on. I think this is more likely taking the opportunity to take profits here with a really extraordinary kind of day up. In terms of long-term charts, 40,500 tip-bar chart, this is similar to the 45-minute chart. We had this pullback level, didn't make a classic kind of pullback to end of trend sequence with today's activity, just kind of blasted through and kept on going. And on the 4,500 tip-bar chart, you can see the strength of this market. I was out, I had a one shot, one kill. I was out at 8:42 in the morning with my 4 points. So, but I was looking at this because this was kind of lining up in the first 40 minutes of the day where we had end of trend exhaustion, selling, buying kind of going on here, and started to kind of roll over, and then bounced off resistance becomes support. We bounced off this. We hadn't seen a first bearish divergence kind of signal. That kind of came a little bit later, and the strength of the market just kind of pushed through. So by the end of the day, we put in another pullback to end of trend sequence with exhaustion buying kind of up here at the highs, all these blue professional bars up here. So, I think it's a good opportunity for professionals to kind of take profits and after a pretty damn strong day. Anyway, I'm garbling. I will tag on my day trade just quickly, and I'm just excited to get out to this swell that's happening at the moment in Sydney. So I hope you traded well today. 94 even, long 94 even. Checking my stops and targets here. Market's just opened, and the reason for getting long is we're making pullback to end of trend here on the 4500 tip bar chart. Just before the open, kind of sold off after some news out of Europe. Ooh, jumping back up. 1300 is where we kind of got, and then we had pullback, kind of coinciding this was second cyclical turn after end of trend, bullish divergence, and so on. So a little bit of exhaustion buying here. I'm just breaking through this one. So this one we're playing pullback to end of trend. See where it goes up here to 1300, which is kind of the last high, but target's at 98. Well, how's bells? We're up at 96.5 already. Blue professional bars kind of coming in here. It's getting a little bit kind of racy, a bit exponential. So just looking for that pullback to end of trend. Just might be a pullback to end of trend sequence on the 500 tip bar chart, kind of lining up. There'll be a lot of supply around 1300. So, but I should think we'll get to 98. 6,000 on better momentum so far. So got a little bit more to kind of go. Minutes later, pullback levels just kind of come in. A couple of rainbow patterns on the 500 tip bar chart into that support level. Another rainbow pattern here. Hopefully this will hold. Just a little bit of a push down, and then we'll kind of race back up, and then see blue professional bars and exhaustion on the upside. Please, that'll be handy. Here we overran a little bit, kind of down to entry point, but now blue professional bars on the downside, and on the pullback here. Resistance could become support, so a little bit of a kind of a sell-off here. Just hoping this will bounce. We need to break back up to 4.5. Okay, here we go. We kind of got to 95s, then came back again with another little amateur down bar, but that was just a little test. Now we're heading back up. Really jumpy this morning, but it's not too bad. Data's not bursting per se, but it's just a lot of activity. So hopefully, we'll get support kind of 1500 tip bar chart. Okay, blue professional bars. See if that's kind of buying that breakout or taking profits here. So we need to break above 95s to prove that one. If we head back to 93s or something like that, I'll just ditch it. But let's just hold out for a second. There we go. Just had a spike down. Hit 93.25. Really weak selling. It was just a flushing out kind of movement. We're getting back up to 4.5s, and this should kick in. We should now test the highs. So come along. I know we've got resistance kind of coming in here, but the highest time frame will be kind of the stronger trend or stronger cycle. So we've got these two kind of going our ways. We're going to break the highs, go to 98s, please. Here we go. And up we go. Right, here we go. Blue professional bar, breaking the highs of that. Now it's kind of bursting a little bit in terms of charts and stuff. But I'm just going to stick with my target at 98, just because it sold off at 1300 kind of overnight here. So, and this is kind of pullback to end of trend here. If we break above this resistance level on 500, it'll make a little kind of pullback to end of trend sequence wherever that happens. So I've not seen exhaustion buying on 1500, so here we go. We should rush a whole bunch of stops. 96.5 was the previous high, so as we come through that level, we'll get a real little surge. Here we go, 96, there we go, bingo. So let's get taken out, please. Out at 98.44 at 8:42 a.m. Good. Didn't trade yesterday. Had a long day on, what was that, Monday. So and a one shot, one kill today. It's very nice. This will keep going. I'm out too early. 6,000 on better momentum on 1500, so it's not a pro signal exit. It's got to make pullback to end of trend on the 500 tip bar chart, but yeah, I was pretty tired, and I'll be just quite happy with that. So this will make pullback to end of trend. So not sure whether this will end, whether it'll be a reversal day today after all this activity yesterday, but good. So 8:57, and finally we get the pro signal exit up here at 13:01. So there's another 3 points in it if you'd held out to that. It's also pulled back to end of trend on the 500 tip bar chart. It's hit kind of end of trend on the 4500 tip bar chart. Don't know what it's going to do. You know, once we've had this, we've got to see kind of first bearish divergence after that. So, but around these levels, we just ran a bunch of stops up through 1300. So I don't know, could see a reversal today, but out too early. But I was just quite happy with getting out with my 4 and being done. So just that's how it ended up.